Hi, hope you all are doing well. Today let's do the very first lesson of your supplementary reader A Pact with the Sun. And the name of the chapter is A Tale of Two Birds. I tell you, my dear children, this chapter, this story is so wonderful. And you will definitely enjoy this chapter. I will brief you the storyline. This story revolves around two birds which are born of the same mother bird but are brought up in different circumstances and in the company of different people. This story speaks and depicts the importance of the company one keeps. This story tells us how one's company can impact or influence one's behavior and build the character. Let's read further. There once lived a bird and her two newborn babies in a forest. They had a nest in a tall, shady tree, and there the mother bird took care of her little ones day and night. So this mother bird built a nest, made a nest on a tall shady tree, and she had two baby birds, and she used to take care or nurse them day and night in that nest. One day there was a big storm. There was thunder, lightning, and rain, and the wind blew down many trees. Blew down means fall down on the ground. Because of the force of the wind, the trees were uprooted. The tall tree in which the birds lived also came down. The tall tree in which the mother bird built the nest also was uprooted, and that also came down. A big heavy branch hit the nest and killed the bird. One big branch of the tree hit the nest, and the mother bird was killed in that accident. Fortunately for the baby birds, fortunately means luckily, for the baby birds, the strong wind blew them away to the other side of the forest. Because of the force of the wind, because of the strong wind, these birds flew. They were driven to some other side of the forest. One of them came down near a cave where a gang of robbers lived. So one baby bird came down near a cave, and there a gang of robbers used to live. The other landed outside a rishi's ashram a little distance away, and the other bird landed outside a rishi's ashram. So this means the birds, these two baby birds, got separated in that thunderstorm. Days passed and the baby birds became big birds. So with the passing of time, as the days passed, these tiny birds grew up into big birds. One day the king of the country came to the forest to hunt. He saw a deer and rode after it. So one day a king of the country came to that particular forest for hunting, and he saw a deer and he wanted to hunt the deer. It ran deep into the forest followed by the king. The deer, to escape from the king, it ran into the forest, deep inside the forest, and the king also followed the deer. Soon the king lost his way and didn't know where he was. So soon what happened? The king went amiss. He became disoriented and confused. He didn't know where he was and how to get back to his palace. He rode on for a long time till he came to the other side of the forest. So he continued riding his horse as he could not find his way. Very tired by now, he got off his horse and sat down under a tree that stood near a cave. So in order to take rest, as he got tired after long riding, he got off his horse and he went and sat down under a tree which was outside a cave. Suddenly he heard a voice cry out, "Quick, hurry up! There's someone under the tree. Come and take his jewels and his horse. Hurry, or else he will slip away." And suddenly he heard a voice, as if telling somebody that you come and rob this person of his jewels and his horse. And he is even warning them that come fast, otherwise this person will slip away, get away. The king was amazed. The king was surprised to hear this voice. He looked up and saw a big brown bird on the tree under which he was sitting. So he was so amazed, he was wondering who this is. He looked up and saw a big brown bird on the tree under which he was taking rest. He also heard faint noises issuing from the cave. So he even heard some noises from the cave, and he quickly got on to his horse and rode away as fast as he could. So the king smelled some danger. So immediately he got on his horse and rode away from that place as fast as he could. Second part. The king was amazed to hear a similar voice again. He came to know the bird's true story. He met the rishi who explained the behavior of each bird. Soon he came to a clearing which looked like an ashram. Clearing means an open space in the forest, especially cleared for cultivation. So he came to a place which was open and looked like some cultivation was also done there. And there was an ashram, a place, a hut which looked like an ashram. It was the rishi's ashram. So this ashram belonged to a rishi. The king tied his horse to a tree and sat down in its shade. Suddenly he heard a gentle voice announce, "Welcome to the ashram, sir. Please go inside and rest. The rishi will be back soon. There's some cold water in the pot. Please make yourself comfortable." So immediately he heard a gentle, a sweet voice announcing that you are welcome to this place. Please go inside the ashram and the rishi will come back soon. There is some cold water kept in the pot. Drink it and make yourself comfortable at home. The king looked up and saw a big brown bird in the tree. He was amazed. So the king was amazed to hear the voice, and as he looked up on the tree, again he saw a big brown bird on the tree. "This one looks like the other bird outside the cave," he said to himself loudly. So just some sentences, words came out of his mouth that in amazement that this bird which is now welcoming me looks similar to the bird that I found outside the cave. But he was amazed that both look alike, but their attitude, their behavior is entirely different. "You are right, sir," answered the bird. "He is my brother, but he has made friends with robbers." The bird immediately replied that, "You are right, sir. He looks similar to me. He is my brother, but he has made friends with robbers. He now talks as they do. So my brother talks in the way in which these robbers talk. He doesn't talk to me anymore." Just then, the rishi entered the ashram. At that particular moment, rishi also came inside the ashram. "Welcome, sir," he said to the king. "Please come inside and make yourself at home. You look tired. Rest for a while. Then you can share my food." So the rishi, as soon as he came and saw king, he invited him into his hut. And he said, please make yourself comfort, take some rest. After that, we can have food together. The king told the rishi the story of the two birds and how each had behaved so differently, though they looked so alike. The forest is full of surprises, he said. So the king, seeing the rishi, he narrated the whole story. What happened about the first bird and about the second bird and how both behaved so differently, but they both look so alike. And he said, the king added that the forest is full of surprises. The holy man smiled and said, after all, one is known by the company one keeps. That bird has always heard the talk of robbers. So the holy man, so this rishi is explaining that one is known by the company one keeps. And this bird, the first bird, has always heard the robbers talk. He imitates them. That is, he copies them, imitates them, and talks about robbing people. This one has repeated what he has always heard. And this bird, which you are meeting now, seeing now outside my ashram, is always repeating what he hears. He welcomes people to the ashram. Now come inside and rest. I will tell you more about this place and these birds. And then Rishi is inviting king into his hut. And he is telling that I will explain you more about this forest and about these birds. So what do you learn from this story, my dear students? The story conveys the message that a person is recognized by the people who are friends to them or by the company he keeps. The first bird got the company of robbers and became like that, while the second bird lived in the company of saints. So he became like a saint. So my dear children, be wise in choosing your friends. Thank you.